In the last step, I just removed spaces and use Ctrl+C, and my space again created. When you remove it from the table, you can add it again, your desired space. And exactly space was number 17. Now, for next tool is space naming. Your spaces has been created, but their names or their application is not clear. By using a space naming tool, you can move the spaces which architectural engineer made. You can add names to your spaces. From options, I use radio button, names and numbers. Just names or just numbers. I need both of them, names and numbers. And selection, I use all levels, apply for 16 spaces. Or for just one level, you can use specific levels. We need all levels. Okay. You can see exactly the names which architectural engineer used. You can see in your plan. Now I select and remove my section line. I go back to space level 1. Here, it is important to know if your tags is very big, you can change the tolerance to desired amount. It is important again to know that sometimes you need to choose amount of tolerances which transform your tag to smaller. It is important to know this. For start and doing next step, it is necessary to make zones. Note that after you creating spaces in space browser, your spaces will be created. And where is it? It is in the View tab, User Interface, and check the System Browser checkbox, or right click on the page and System Browser. You can see System Browser here. I hold the left click and move it to here. And also for Project Browser, you can see as a tabs, you have bigger space for work. From System Browser, Systems, Zones, and Analytical Systems are available here. If I choose Systems, all the systems which I defined are available here. We didn't define any systems here in Mechanical. Next option is Zones. All of the spaces are visible here. As you can see, you can select all the spaces. And now I want to make zones. For this, from Analyze tab, choose Zone tool. It is important to be in the space level 1. Zone is created. Kitchen was selected before that. I select 2 and I use edit zones. Some tools are available here. Remove, finish, cancel. I want to add some spaces to here, to this zone. This space, this space, this space, and also this space, and this. And if you want to remove any spaces from this zone, you can easily remove it. It's important to know that we don't need this space for our systems, and we don't need it for heating or cooling systems. And sometimes it may be needed as an open offense, and we can make vent here. It is dependent to your application of the plan. Sometimes it is not necessary in, for example, any hatches or heating systems or cooling system. But as an exercise, I made this space just for putting and hatch there. And after all, put the finish button. You can see some arrows which exactly are your zooms. When you select zone number 2, I move the properties window to left side. I select number 2. See this? You can rename your zones. For example, I type zone level 1 like this. It is renamed. We go to space level 2 from project browser. I select this. Now I go to here. Note that you can set your axes. It is important to make it 2D, not 3D. If it's being 3D, it change to all your plans. But if you made it 2D, it is just for this level. It is very, very important note. I change and remove this 2D full all, and do it for all of them yourself. I go to the zoom, add a space here, 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 and here. All of these have been added. There is one option here. I do it later. This is our spaces. This is our level 2 zones. Automatically, it made it level 2. And it automatically increased the numbers by sequence. There is a corridor 8 here. I go back to space level 1. Go to corridor 1. It is missed, and I need to add this. I select zone level 1, edit zone, and use add space, and I add this, finish, like this. This is the zoning of spaces. This lesson is to be continued.